understand when a white YouTuber say something, they talking about as a white person. They ain't talking about as us. I listen to white YouTubers all the time and expats, and they give good advice. But as a black person, take it with a grain of salt and make sure that you understand that you are black. And if you're dark-skinned black, take it to that next level. Welcome back to the Dominican Route. Before anybody gets their panties in the wad, I have no problem listening to white YouTubers. They give some great advice. You have to take that with a grain of salt, just like the title say, because they ain't never been in our shoes. And I don't have nothing against white people. At the same time, that's like saying Dominican people, they treat me just fine over here in the DR. But some of my friends that look like Wesley Snipes in the face, they treat them like shit. That's what this video's about. I'm gonna tell you exactly as a black expat, a black tourist, what you need to do. And it's not just in the DR, it's everywhere. So let's go. You have to realize that you are black because it's racism and colorism throughout the entire world, not just the Dominican Republic. So first thing, when I hear a YouTuber, a white YouTuber say, is it safe over here? Is it safe over there? Is it safe right here? I went to Hababacoa, it's safe over here. I went to San Cristobal, look, they don't bother me over here. That's because in their mind, they see black people. They see colored people. They might be married to them, but oh shit. In the back of their mind, they're really programmed. Not saying that they're racist.
Do you live here? Yeah. You do? Papa. I don't believe that. Right, go on.
Well, that's my husband. That's why he lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming.
They're programmed to think black is bad. I have never had a problem in the Dominican Republic walking up and down the streets, even in the hood. Dominga's family lives in the hood. I walk up and down the street with no problem. Of course, I don't wear no jewelry and nothing like that. I'm not looking for drugs, and I'm not looking for a woman. So, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna bother me. Whenever I hear a white person say, "Is it bad over there?" they pretty much saying it's a black country, which the Dominican Republic is. No matter what they say, they're black Dominicans. And if somebody want to test me on that, take a camera out and video down the street, and everybody look like me, from brown skin all the way up. Of course, you got some light skins in here, but if you go to Colombia, you got more light skins. You go to Puerto Rico, you got more light skins. But everybody look like me all the way up. Everybody look like J.D. Vance's wife. J.D. Vance's wife look like she Taliban. She can put that thing around her head and she get ready to blow up some shit. Or she can work at Bond Ice Cream and sell ice cream. Dominicans look like that. I say 85 to 90% of Dominicans look like J.D. Vance's wife all the way up. That's black. So when you say, is it safe over here, you talking about, are these black, brown people in the Dominican Republic gonna get me? And a lot of them married to brown, beautiful brown women. And I guarantee you, they got to take their ass back in the hood and go see their aunties, cousins, nephews, and in-laws and all of that stuff. I guarantee you that. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they just act uppity and they just stop going over there. I don't know. But my point is, she came from there. She ain't come up in Piantini or fucking Punta Cana over there by the goddamn Coco Bongo. So my point is, as a black person from across the world, all black people understand when a white YouTuber say something, they talking about as a white person. They ain't talking about as us. But if you got money, you could do whatever you want to. Yeah, you can. You can do whatever you want to. But most black people don't have a whole bunch of money. That's good. If you got money, I'm so happy for you. I really am. I'm proud of it. You can buy whatever you want to. You can go buy a new Range Rover. You can go buy a $300,000 house here in the Dominican Republic. That's fine. I ain't talking about that. Of course, if you got money, you can look black like charcoal if you got a whole bunch of money and ain't nobody gonna bother you. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the average black person. So don't come with that bullshit talking about if you got money. If you got money, you can look like a fresh newborn Nutri-Rat in the face and they don't give a fuck. So don't tell me about no goddamn money and being black. I'm talking about the average black person. All right, next, let's talk about housing. So this one really gets to me right here because, I'm not rich. I don't have a whole bunch of money, but I get a disability check, and my wife and my daughter, my stepdaughter here, she works, so we live comfortable. I'm so happy and comfortable. I'm talking about, I ain't playing. I'm serious. I'm happy. Certain YouTubers, white YouTubers, they say, "Oh, this is the budget. The house costs 750, 850, 900, 1,000. Let's just say it costs 1,000, 1,100. No, it don't. I live in a quiet. Listen, I'm outside right now. I'm on my patio right now. Quiet, beautiful, clean for $350 a month. But they ain't gonna tell you that. They didn't go because their mind is not programmed that way. And then they might have more money than the average black person. So now you see where I'm coming from. I ain't trying to talk bad about white people. I'm telling you that their mindset and our mindset is different. They might think this is bad. They might want to live a certain lifestyle, or their wife might have to they need to impress their wife a certain type of way. Oh, and I see white people in Juan Bosch Estate. I see them walking around here all the time. I see white people talking to me and speaking to me, and they got an apartment for $200 a month, $250 a month in this clean, beautiful area. But I have heard that certain Dominicans don't like Juan Bosch or the Este area, the East area, because if they get with an American man, no, they want to live in the upper echelon. This like this like middle class over here. They want to live in the uppity area. And that's fine. If you get a wife like that, that's okay. But my point is, do you see where the white man started at? The white man started at eight, nine, $1,000 a month for rent, and I pay $350 a month. Our budget is not the same at all, not even close. So that's what I mean. As a black person, you have to look at their budget, and then you have to look at our budget as a black person. I heard one of them say, "See that you got to pay the nanny. Nanny, you tell your kids sit your black ass down and don't you touch nothing. Don't touch that goddamn stove, and I'm gonna bust you in your head if you touch anything." That's the nanny, and that the food is in the microwave, and when I come back, I'm gonna fix you some food. That's our nanny as black people. My mama had a nanny. She'll she'll call me. You thank you, baby. You wash them dishes. Um, you fix their bed. You did your homework. When I get back, if none of that shit done, I'm busting you in the head. That's our nanny. So y'all know I'm very transparent. So what do we bring in a month? Just so you can see how we are living so comfortable and at peace, and we don't have to worry for nothing. The only thing we don't have is a car, and then we'll be getting that pretty soon. But we're bringing in about $2,900 a month. Let's say $3,000 a month. All our bills all together without food. I'm not talking about food. Uh, Electricity, rent. A rent is $350. Everything total is about $900. $900. So that's a great example right there. Your rent is 900, 1,000, $1,500. All my bills all together are $900. So when you look at the white man budget, and ain't trying to be evil or nothing, but when you look at the white YouTuber expat budget, and then you look at a black person budget, it's totally different. We were raised different. We come from different areas. Yes, again, you got a handful of rich black people, but most blacks are not rich or are well off like a white person. So, will I get there one day? Of course, I'm gonna get there one day. I'll be there. I'll be there soon. But I'm just telling you, and when I get there, I'm still gonna preach the same thing, as because I speak for the majority of the blacks around the world. Get on the bus and look how these people live. I'm walking in the regular communities and in the regular Dominican black neighborhoods. Or the reason I say Dominican black neighborhoods because everybody black. Um, Walk around, get on the bus, pay 50 cents or 25 cents or whatever they pay 25 pesos, and just see how they live. I video it all the time. You probably see some videos that I'm filming right now that I'm showing you. These are good people. And it really, it kind of pisses me off a little bit because they say, is it safe over there? Is it safe over there? You pretty much saying, is the niggas gonna get me? Because you don't say that about Spain. You don't say that about any type of the European countries or anything. And you don't say that about Europe. You don't say that about none of that. These are just poor black people that that has it tough, but they believe in God. They believe in family, just doing the right thing. So it kind of pisses me off a little bit when a white person say, "Is it safe over there?" It does. It really does. Because if it was all white people, you wouldn't be saying that. Of course, you can get clipped. You can get clipped everywhere. You get clipped in the United States. You get clipped anywhere. Don't matter if you're in a nice ritzy area, you can get clipped. But I have been in the hood, and the only thing they do is just look at you. Well, I think they look at my tattoos. They see my tattoos and they be like, "Damn, I like them tattoos," but they don't really like. They don't be trying to size me up. It's just like the grandfather, grandmother just sitting on the porch, just watching. They don't have nothing to do. They ain't got a lot of money. Just because they staring at you, that don't mean they trying to rob you. White people think that. Just because they looking, number one, they looking because you white, or you not you not from over here, or you black, and they know you're not from over here, so they looking at you. They ain't trying to see if they can steal some money from you. They intrigued. Just like them white people that go to Africa and black people see them for the first time. Most of them black people start running, scared. They scared as shit. Or the Chinese people, they go and rub black people hair in their face, and they grab their ass and they want to touch their skin and stuff like that. It's the same way. Black Dominicans want to do the same thing because they intrigued. They want to know, what is he doing here? Who is this person? So I believe certain people are programmed to think, is it safe here? It's safe everywhere in the Dominican Republic, unless you go to the damn ghetto in the hood. What you going over there for? To buy crack? So that's like telling a dark-skinned black person or a Haitian person, "Come on, man, they don't bother you. They good. They don't bother you. Man, I ain't never have no problems. I'm not black like Wesley Snipes, and I know that." I watch them treat dark-skinned people different. I think it's more of colorism than racism. But that's for another subject. I think it's more colorism. They don't like a whole bunch of dark-skinned people. And I'll say this since I brought that up. notice the white YouTubers and certain YouTubers, they don't have dark skinned people on their channel. They want to keep it whitewashed. 99% of the politicians are light skinned over here. And that's just the world we live in, not just in the Dominican Republic, everywhere. Now you see white men sleeping with a whole bunch of dark skinned women from copper tone to Taliban copper tone on down. But you ain't gonna see uh, a white man with a married and to a dark skinned woman. It's very very rare. I know one is very rare. Yeah, but all these people are black. Even the light skinned ones, they black. This is the blackest Latino country in the world. Them Africans ran through here. The Africans was already here, but they ran through here. I'm not saying don't listen to white people. You a lie. If you heard me say that, you a goddamn lie. I listen to white YouTubers all the time and expats, and they give good advice. But as a black person, take it with a grain of salt and make sure that you understand that you are black. And if you're dark skinned black, take it to that next level. Make peace be still. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.